Hello, good people. My name is Dr. Machanga Maleko, a consultant psychiatrist in Kenya at Kenyatta National Hospital. Today, I want to talk about addiction. I want to demystify addiction. Have you ever wondered why not everybody who tastes a certain drug becomes addicted to it? In fact, among the people who taste a certain drug, only about 2 to 5% get addicted to it. The reason being that people's brains are different. The brain of a person who gets addicted to a drug has deficiency of the chemicals that are produced by the brain in order for the person to become happy. The brain of the person who doesn't get addicted to the drug has enough of those substances, so he does not need to boost his chemicals in order to become happy. So the person who gets addicted has a deficiency of some chemicals in the brain that are responsible for making him happy. What is the purpose of happiness? Happiness is the pursuit of all human beings. I'm here to see a person who pursues unhappiness. And when people use drugs, they are using drugs in order to get from a place of unhappiness to a place of happiness. To get from a state of happiness to a state of being happier. And to get from a state of being happier to a state of being happiest. Happiness, the pursuit for happiness is a very strong drive in all human beings and indeed in all animals. A person who cannot derive pleasure from the ordinary things of life is a person who is in a lot of problems. And this person will look for the happiness from whatever source he can get it. And that is why when a person tastes the substance, he feels happy and gets hooked to the substance. Unlike a person who is not predisposed to getting addicted, who tastes the substance and gets offended by the substance. In a nutshell, I can simplify it and say addiction is simply a happiness deficiency syndrome. In other words, addicted people are unable, or their capacity to derive pleasure from the ordinary things of life is so diminished that they have to get it from external sources. They cannot generate internal happiness, so they must boost their diminished levels of happiness with external substances. And these substances are the ones that we call drugs of abuse, which we all know: alcohol, cigarettes or nicotine, cocaine, heroin, morphine, pethidine. Then there are quite a number, including cannabis or bangi, mira or cat. There are quite a number. And this is why you see that when a person goes to a rehabilitation center, if he goes through a program that only tells him you can do it, you can stop drinking if you only wish, if you only want to stop drinking or using another drug, you can do it, that does not help the person, because the person is crying for happiness. He has a deficiency of happiness, and if you are treating the person in a rehabilitation center, then you must give him the alternatives for the substance. I have heard a lot of people talk about exercises, reading, going to the gym, swimming, and all those things. They are good, but they do not replace the substance. Because when somebody is drinking, for example, he is relaxing. When you are doing exercise, you are not relaxing. So the option that must be given to people with addiction must be as close as possible to the situations in which they drink. These people must be trained to the life pressures from things that they have learned not to the life pressure from. If it is alcohol, the person must be drinking something so that it is as close as possible to the alcohol. The person can be trained to the life pressure from soda, the life pressure from water. It is all a question of unlearning the association between the drug and the happiness. This person, perhaps when he was younger, he would take a bottle of Coke and would be very happy. But with the time, he got hooked to a drug, and then he now believes he has associated the drug with happiness. This is yours, Dr. Mareko. Enjoy yourselves. Have a lot of happiness, but don't get it from substances. Until next time, goodbye.